It's Saturday, and that means it's time for your weekly fix of all the automotive news. Now, I may be smiling, but this really isn't a great time for the automotive industry. In fact, it's quite a grim scenario. Manufacturers are cutting down production, they're having no production days, in fact, and sales numbers are just plummeting. It's an industry that's battling with the winds of change and a slow economy. In this kind of time, they were looking to the SIAM convention, which happens annually, for some answers. Let's take a look at what happened there and the industry's reaction.
The Honourable Minister Road Transport and Highways, Shri Nitin Gadkari, spoke at the convention promising attention to GST cuts. He also said that there were no plans to ban internal combustion engines and that there would not be a 2030 deadline for electrification. The industry was expecting concrete actions, and Tata Motors MD and CEO spoke on the occasion, expressing the disappointment that was felt overall by the industry.
If the government does not believe, for whatever kind of reasons, that it will not be able to reduce the GST, then actually let us know it here and now, loud and clear, because the customer expectation at this point of time, and it's the reason why we can't see lots of cancellations of contracts, why we actually see empty showrooms, is because of the fact customers expect there is a better deal coming, if not tomorrow, than after the 20th of September. But if we miss the 20th of September, honestly speaking, we just talked about it in the smaller circle, we are literally going to miss the festive season.
Now, before we go on, do remember, if you like what you're watching, press the subscribe button right now and click on the bell icon for notifications every time we go live with a new video. Now, moving on, it may be a grim scenario for the automotive industry, but that actually means it's a great time for you guys, the consumers, because there are loads of discounts out there. It may be just the best time to buy a car. Let's take a look.
Here are some of the great deals you can get currently, but please note that these will vary based on region and dealers.
Now, while Maruti may have no production days and are offering discounts to counter a slow market, they're also looking ahead at the future of this industry. They have confirmed that they will launch their first all-electric vehicle by 2021.
The car maker's first EV will possibly be the WagonR Electric. However, Maruti have expressed that in the current scenario, an EV would be literally double the cost of a conventional internal combustion engine, and that would make it tough to be a volume player in this segment. The car maker also said that they intend the WagonR EV to be more for commercial use than private.
Well, that's the future, but let's talk about the present now. Even in a slow economy, new entrant Kia has managed to shine. They've racked up quite a few numbers for their car, the Seltos. Just after launch, they've also announced that they will now be adding to the list of variants.
The two new variants added to the Kia's extensive variant lineup on the Seltos are a GTX Plus Petrol DCT and a GTX Plus Diesel, which is mated to a 6-speed torque converter automatic. Both of these are priced at 16.99 lakh ex-showroom.
Tata have also launched a special edition of the Nexon called the Kraz. Let's take a look.
To celebrate the Nexon's 1 lakh sales milestone, Tata Motors have introduced two new special edition variants, the Kraz and the Kraz Plus, with prices ranging from 7.58 to 8.18 lakh for the petrol and 8.48 to 9.18 lakh for the diesel model. This is the second time Tata have launched the Nexon Kraz. The 2018 edition of the limited run SUV featured lime green highlights. This time around, it gets minor cosmetic changes, namely a dual-tone black paint scheme with a silver roof, while the wing mirrors, alloy wheels and front grille get splashes of a bright tangerine orange shade. The insides of the Nexon Kraz also get highlights of the same shade of orange on the seats and AC vents. Meanwhile, the dashboard, central console and doors get a piano black trim. The Kraz Plus variant also gets appropriate badging on the central console. The Nexon Kraz is based on the Nexon XM variant. Audi have also launched a special edition of the Q7 called the Black Edition. It's limited to 100 units and it gets exclusive blacked out elements on the exterior. The grille frame and slats and the door trim strips get a titanium black gloss finish. The door trim also gets Quattro embossing. The moldings on the windows and the roofline also get a high gloss black finish, while the rear diffuser gets a titanium matte black one. Completing the look are the roof rails and alloy wheels that also get the black treatment. On the interior trimmings and equipment, the Q7 Black Edition is no different from the Q7 technology trim.
Well, not much happening in the four-wheeler space, but there's more action in the two-wheeler space. And let's begin with Okinawa. They have just launched the Praise Pro electric scooter. Now, this is the third variant and a more affordable version of the iPraise.
Launched at a price of 71,990 rupees, the Praise Pro comes equipped with a 2 kilowatt removable lithium-ion battery and a 1 kilowatt brushless DC electric motor. Okinawa has said that this motor is waterproof, but hasn't mentioned its IP code yet. The motor has a peak power figure of 2.5 kilowatt and 3 riding modes: Economy, which is limited 30 to 35 kilometers an hour, Sport, which limits it to 50 to 60 kilometers an hour, and Turbo, that allows it to hit 65 to 70 kilometers an hour. As for its range, in Sport mode, the scooter has an ARAI claimed range of 88 kilometers and 110 in Economy mode. The charge time is said to be 2 to 3 hours in ideal test conditions. Well, EVs are the rage, and Gurgaon-based bike maker Risala Electric Motors made its debut in India's electric mobility industry with the launch of its Evolet electric vehicles. The range presented consisted of 3 e-scooters and a quad bike. The Polo e-scooter has 2 variants, the Easy, which comes with lead-acid battery, and Classic, which has a lithium-ion battery. The Derby e-scooter has a max speed of 25 km an hour and a range of 60 km. The Derby has a waterproof brushless DC electric motor and comes in 2 variants, Easy and Classic as well. The third e-scooter is the Polo Pony, which has a maximum speed of 25 km an hour and does 60 km per charge. It too has 2 variants. They also showcase the Warrior, an electric quad bike. For prices and more details, you can check the Autocar India website. Honda launched India's first BS6 compliant scooter this week in the form of the new Activa 125. The new Activa 125 has a 124cc BS6 engine and develops 8.1 HP. This is slightly lower than the outgoing model, which produced 8.52 HP. Now, unlike the current model that uses a carbureted engine, the one on the BS6 Activa is fuel injected, and this should also translate into better fuel efficiency apart from the reduced emissions. Price increase starts by about 2,478 from the base variant. Royal Enfield also launched what they like to call the more affordable version of the classic 350, called the 350S, with the S denoting the single-channel ABS that the bike gets as opposed to the dual-channel unit on the regular bike. Priced at Rs 1.45 lakh, it's about 90,000 rupees cheaper than the standard classic 350. The bike is available in 2 color schemes, pure black and mercury silver. The cost cutting comes in the form of blacked out theme on the wheels and engine block replacing the chrome. The bike also gets a differently styled fuel tank logo, a simple decal instead of an intricate design with tank grips.
Well, quite a bit there in the two-wheeler space. But let's hope that the grey clouds hanging over the automotive industry actually vanish with this monsoon, and the festive season brings us some reason to cheer. Well, to cheer you up, let's take you globally to the Frankfurt Motor Show to show you what the future holds.
Land Rover showed off their latest version of the iconic Defender. Styling, while modern, does carry over many retro touches, from the boxy upright profile to the squared-out wheel arches. The cabin too is modern but gets design touches and tech to still show the model's off-road heritage. An interesting touch is the option of a central jump seat for the first row, a throwback to the SUV's past. At Volkswagen, there was a brand new version of their logo, but more interestingly, there was the ID.3. Underpinned by Volkswagen's MEB platform, the ID.3 is the brand's most important model after the Beetle and the Golf. The ID.3 follows the ID concept from 2017 with a minimalist but spacious cabin. This made possible by its large wheelbase, which is just 21mm shorter than the Passat. It gets 3 battery motor combinations: a 45 kilowatt battery paired with a 145 HP electric motor with a claimed range of 330 kilometers. It also gets a 58 kilowatt and a 77 kilowatt battery, both producing 198 HP, delivering 418 kilometers and 548 kilometers respectively. Lamborghini put on display their first ever hybrid, the Sián FKP37. The styling is as Lamborghini as it can get, sharp and sassy. Power, however, is a bit different than normal, coming from a naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 from the Aventador SVJ, but now paired with a 35 HP electric motor. Total output is rated at 820 HP with the electric motor integrated into the gearbox. Power for the electric motor is stored in supercapacitors. The FKP37 in the name stands as a tribute to Ferdinand Piëch, who bought the company under Volkswagen in 1998. Only 63 will be made and are all sold out. Taking it further from the EQC, Mercedes displayed the Vision EQS concept. The sleek-looking EQS previews a range-topping all-electric luxury sedan from the German luxury car maker. Underpinned by the company's MEA platform, the EQS features flowing lines and a silhouette similar to the new CLS with the cabin inspired from a yacht. It comes with two axle-mounted electric motors developing a combined 477 HP and 759 Nm of torque. Power is stored in an underfloor 100 kW battery. This would be an idea of what the new S could be like. Hyundai also showed us their future with the 45 concept. A precursor to an all-electric model, the 45 concept showcases a modern interpretation of an old design. The design is based on Hyundai's first production car concept, the 1974 Hyundai Pony Coupe concept, designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, with the clean line said to be inspired by the 1920s aircraft. The interior is even more minimalist, with the dashboard dominated by a substantial screen that combines the instruments and infotainment and minimal control surfaces. There are no powertrain details. BMW is taking the big grille very seriously. Just take a look at their Concept Series 4 to know what I'm talking about. The Concept Series 4 previews the 2nd Gen 4 Series. It has many cues from the larger 8 Series Coupe along with a new interpretation of the brand's kidney grille, one of the largest ones yet to adorn a BMW concept. It is said to be 85% production ready, though there are no details on the interior or mechanicals. Porsche's first all-electric car, the Taycan, which will go on sale internationally and in India next year, was also there. Available with a choice of output levels 625 HP with 850 Nm of torque and a more potent 760 HP with 1050 Nm of torque. Inside the cabin gets a number of high-tech touches such as a full digital instrument cluster. A Porsche first, a dedicated screen for the front passenger and a screen on the lower central console to control the infotainment system. The Taycan is available in two variants, Turbo and Turbo S.
Well, another reason to cheer is that Autocar India has now moved out of its teenage years and has turned 20. Yes, it's our 20th anniversary, and this is the 20th anniversary Autocar India issue. It's out on the stands now. Go grab your copy. It's quite a heavyweight and there's lots there to read. Well, that's all we have time for this week on Quick News. Do remember to tune in next Saturday again for your dose of automotive news.